So I am super, super excited for tonight's call. It is Monday, June 18th, and we are having this awesome chick who I met. I don't even know how we met. Somewhere through Beachbody, some group that we were in or something. And this girl has been a rock star. She's someone that I'm super look up to. She has just been crushing her goals, and her team is Team Empowered Dynasty. Y'all, they're number 85 in the network right now. All right, think about that. 450,000 coaches. Her team is number 85. Crazy. She's a six-star qualifying coach. I believe she's officially a 4-star, right? She's qualifying for 6-star, which just means that her and her team have to hold her rank for at least 6 weeks in a row to be an official 6-star coach, which I have no doubt that she's going to do that. She's a Success Club 10 All-Star legend, which means for you new coaches on here, she's hit Success Club 10 for over 24 months in a row, probably as long as she's been a coach, I would assume. And she's saying yes. And she's been coaching for 2.5 years. So she's only been a coach for 2.5 years. She's she's a rock star. So it's my friend Megan. She's awesome, y'all. You're gonna love her. Take lots of notes. Listen. Don't get distracted by everything. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna want to learn all she's got to say, because obviously she's leading number 85 team. She knows what she's doing. So I'm going to turn it over to her. And if y'all have questions for her or anything like that, make sure you put them in the chat box and we'll answer them at the end.
All right. Thank you. Hey guys. First of all, I have to say I freaking love popping on other people's team calls, and you guys have music and just talking and jamming. It's awesome. So team community and stuff is super amazing. So like Jessie said, I have been coaching for 2.5 years. October is my 3-year anniversary, so it's coming up pretty quickly. But I was just talking with her about just some things to give away to you and to her team. And I was thinking trying to give you guys everything that I have been doing in the last 1.5 years of my business instead of the first 1.5 years, because I don't know if you guys are the same way that I am, but when I first started coaching, I was kind of that baby coach, crawling around trying to figure out what I was supposed to be doing. And then once I figured it out, that's kind of when those wheels started turning. So even though I've been coaching for 2.5 years, I really feel I've been coaching for a year and a half. And that sounds crazy because now we're 6-star qual, things are just rolling and going. And so I want to give you guys that part of my journey, and not really the first part, just because I feel I was kind of not doing what I should have been doing as a coach. But I kind of started coaching. I just wanted to help people. I just wanted to get my story out there. I battle from depression and anxiety really bad. There's days where I sleep 16-hour days. I'm out. And it's still a battle right now. I have been able to get back on track with it with workouts and things like that, but it's just something that it's no joke. If you have it, if you battle it, you know what I'm talking about. It just hits you and you're just out. And so to be able to still create a really successful business while doing that. And then I also am a full-time teacher and athletic coach. So I do coach volleyball and softball, and then I'm a full-time middle school and high school math teacher. So if y'all have excuses or anything about not enough time, I'm here to help you. I'm bringing all of the guns and I'm bringing everything. I have everything for you. And so kind of what I want to start with is, I know there's probably newer coaches and, veteran coaches is what I call them. But for me, when I was starting out my journey, the one thing that has really stuck with me for 2.5 years is to understand why the heck you're on this call right now, why you're taking time away from your family to be on a team call, why you decided to coach. And if you don't have a why, you're not going to be here in 3 months. And I know that sounds really harsh, but when I was going through my journey as a coach, I probably wanted to quit 10 times until I figured out why the heck I was here, why I showed up at 7 o'clock at night every single night, why I took time away from my spouse and my marriage and things like that. And so if you don't have like a very strong why for coaching, sit down and like really write out your story. Write out like, you know, how you started your journey, maybe what intrigued you about coaching, maybe like that part of your journey, like write it out on a piece of paper so you actually have it in front of you. Because for a year and a half, remember I told you my first part of my coaching journey was just kind of like here and there. I hit Success Club and then I would just stop and I would just like go hang out with friends and family and like not do any Beachbody business. And then like 3 days in the end of the month, I would message a ton of people to hit Success Club the next month. Like that's literally how I ran my business. Awful. Don't do that. But I didn't have a why. Like people are like, well, why are you coaching? I'm like, I don't know. Like I didn't have like a big factor. And then a year and a half into my business, my husband came home. He put his stuff on the table and he looked at me and he's like, I need to talk to you. And I'm not even shitting you. Like I thought like he was going to be like, hey, by the way, I found this girl, like she's super energetic, positive, you know, like that's what my thought was. Cause I was so insecure about myself. I hadn't even, blossomed with Beachbody. So I was still like battling me and things like that. And so I like immediately started crying and he was like, whoa, like what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? Like, oh my God, like just freaking out. He's like, no, I just really need to talk to you about something. And I'm like, all right. So we sat down and he goes, I absolutely hate my job. Like I cannot stand going to my job one more day. It's so stressful. I'm always on the road. I hate it. I have Sunday anxiety. And if you know my husband, he is like laid back, whatever happens, happens. But he like hated his job and like just seeing his face, like, I don't know if you have like been through this, but just watching him and just listening to him like say that he doesn't want to go to work. He would rather make like $5 an hour doing something he would love doing than, he made pretty decent money at this job, but he just didn't really love it. And he wanted to go back to school. We graduated college together, but he wanted to go back and like add on teaching and be a coach. And so I looked at him and I was like, here's the deal. I'm a teacher. And so if you're a teacher, you probably know like our salary, I guess in Iowa is very low. We do a lot for like very little pay because we're crazy. And I looked at him and I was like, here's the deal. We can't do this. Like we're not going to be able to like live in our house. We're going to have to sell our cars. Like it was just this big ordeal. And that was like that moment that I was like, I have Beachbody. I've been making a couple $100 a week or a month or whatever. I'm like, I can do this. I can make this work. And so we sat down together, and this is something I really encourage you guys to do. Even if you've been coaching for however long, sit down with your spouse or whoever is super important in your life and like schedule out your business, schedule out like what you're doing. And so my husband and I actually sit down and the first thing that I do is I use a Google Calendar and I go through and I schedule like your non-negotiables. So if you work full time, you schedule like your work hours. And so I'd always schedule teaching from 8 to 4. And then you schedule your family time because it should come before. It sounds like crazy. It should come before everything else. Like I know sometimes we're like, oh, now I have 2 minutes. I'm going to go hang out with my family. Schedule that first. And so my husband and I, we schedule, it's like 5 to 7 o'clock at night. Like we hang out, my phone, I don't have it. Like we're just chilling together and stuff. And then I schedule my Beachbody hours from 7 to 9 at night. And so, there we go. So from 7 to 9 at night is when I work my Beachbody business. And then I have my workouts scheduled. Like I literally schedule out my day. And so I really encourage you to do that and sit down with your spouse because we fought for a year and a half so much because I never talked to him. I never communicated him that we had team calls. I never communicated that like me taking 1,000 selfies was going to like be a paycheck someday. Like I never communicated any of that with him. And our marriage was struggling. Like, I'm not even kidding you. We almost, we were like thinking about like just separating, just living separate, just to kind of figure our lives out until I realized that I was like that deciding factor. Like I was that person doing that to us. Not only was I super insecure and like almost hated myself, but like I was like almost putting Beachbody before my husband and before our marriage. And so once I sat down and scheduled that out, like I really encourage you guys to do that. That kind of goes into like just scheduling your hours out with your family and also with your Beachbody business. And so that is something that's really hard to do because I know you get a message from somebody and you're just super excited and you want to message them back right away. you need to schedule your hours. So I literally work from 7 to 9 at night, and my coaches know that like if they ask me a question at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I might not get back to them until 7. And that has to be okay. And that's why I run, like team pods, or I have a team page or whatever else, or you have Google, YouTube, all that fun stuff. But still, like my coaches know that like 7 to 9 at night is when I'm going to get back to all of them. That's when their newsfeed blows up. That's when their messenger blows up and stuff. And so you need to do that as well. I don't care if you're a brand new coach and you just started yesterday, set those hours, because then when you are working your actual business, you can do your job, and then when you're done, you're done. Like, so you're not trying to work from 8 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night, because I promise you're going to burn yourself out, and you're going to want to, leave every 5 seconds. So, so scheduling is super important, especially if you work full time. So like my plate is pretty full. Like I don't have time to watch The Bachelorette on Monday night when I need to. I usually watch it on Friday night with my husband. It sounds crazy, but I stay off social media. I watch it on Friday night. It's scheduled. It's on the DVR. I have a couple shows that I DVR, but I don't watch them until it's my free time. You just have to make that decision that you're going to make this work, and understand that the first 18 months of your business is going to be you working your ass off and you not feeling like you're getting in return what you're putting in. And then it's going to be that 18th month and one day that you're going to be like, holy crap, everything that I've been doing is finally making sense. It's finally coming together. Because I know Jessie has seen me coaching since I was just a diamond coach. And I remember talking to her about, how can we help our team get to diamond? How can we help our coaches rank advance? It's so important, to be consistent. How can we share that? And it was so crazy because her and I were both like, well, we believe it, right? Like it's going to happen, right? But once it happens, it just happens. It just starts flowing. So I really want to kind of piggyback off the scheduling, making your schedule and helping you get somewhere with coaching. So if you're a newer coach, your goal should be Emerald by Thursday. You should be able to hit Emerald within 24 hours. My coaches, when they sign up with me, they go through a 14-day of coach training. And in 4 days, they better be at Emerald. Otherwise, them and I are having a conversation are you serious about coaching? Are you wanting to do this? And I don't want to sound like a giant bitch or anything, but it helps my coaches. If you get to Emerald, you just signed up 2 people. You just moved your business forward, first of all. So you hit a really big rank in the company. And then also hitting Emerald is a decision. It's I'm hitting Emerald today. And then you just go and find 2 people and it just happens for you. Do I sign people up as discount coaches and they don't coach? Absolutely. I'm here to save people money. So I offer them the discount. Some people do customer, some people do discount coach. But you guys, if you're a newer coach and you've been coaching for 4 days or whatever, get through coach training, get your basics, and then get your butt out there and get to Emerald. You need those coach quick wins. You need that. You need to feel like you're part of something. You need to feel like you've helped somebody. My freaking first person I helped was my husband. And I was like, hey, you're going to be a coach. Awesome. Okay, cool. I signed him up, but I felt like $1 million. I was like, I got my first person, even though I kind of was like, hey, I'm signing you up. But then my cousin, I was talking to her and I signed her up. So hitting Emerald super quick was really beneficial for me as a coach. Quick wins, hitting income goals, hitting rank goals. And then from there on, every single week, if not every single couple of days, you should be pushing yourself to Emerald again. So I basically explain diamond, 1-star and above, to my coaches as hitting Emerald over and over and over and over again. Don't make it any more complicated than it needs to be. I always tell my team, keep it simple, sister. We've all heard the KISS before, keep it simple, sister. I always tell them that because I think as coaches, we want to overcomplicate it so much that we make it so we hate what we're doing. We're too busy to coach because we have no idea where to start. It's so simple. You just hit Emerald over and over and over again. And that's why it's so important to get your new coaches to Emerald as quick as possible. So then they can say holy crap, I just did it. I hit Emerald. Okay, do it again. Go do it again. It's just so easy. Once you hit something, it's so easy to do it again. Because I'm not even kidding you. I'm sitting on this call and it took me 6 months to hit. I started in October and I hit diamond. I think it was March or something. But I hit it because my coach was like, you need to hit diamond. I was like, all right. So I hit diamond. On the way to diamond, I was like, this is never going to happen. I'm never going to find 12 people. I can't do this. The day I hit diamond, I was like, well, that was freaking easy. Like, why didn't she tell me to do that the first month? Like, I could have done that. Like, once you hit something, I promise you, it seems so much easier than when you're actually like getting there. Like hitting 6-star qual, I about crap my pants. I was like, holy crap, like this literally just happened. Like, 'cause I remember in January, you guys, I was sitting on a call and I was like, I don't think coaching is for me. I was a 1-star coach. It was my husband. I built him to diamond. And I almost missed going to National Leadership Conference. And I was like, oh my God, coaching is not for me. I shouldn't do this. Like, I was pushing for 2-star so bad. I had a really good coach and she ended up just quitting. And that was that deciding factor that I literally brought myself to 3-star by myself. And I'm going to tell you how I did that, because it's so simple to get there once you have your mindset on track. Okay. So if you're a new coach, your next step by like Thursday, so it's Monday, by Thursday is to get your butt to Emerald. So 2 people, a spouse, a parent, a best friend, whatever. Get your people signed up underneath of you. Get your butt to Emerald by Thursday. You get a nice paycheck. It adds to your income. You just rank advanced. You get a cute little graphic to put up on your Facebook wall or whatever. Your team gets to shout you out and celebrate. It's a big deal, okay? You even get like a cute little thing in the mail from Carl. Your next step is to get to diamond. And so the reason I talk about diamond and beyond is what I call it with my team, is because when you're ready to start coaching, when my coaches hit Emerald, I know like they're serious. I know they're ready to do this. And then from there on, we're like diamond and beyond. So first of all, what you need to do is map it out. So get like a piece of paper. You have like your left leg, you have your right leg, and you just need to draw 4 circles. So there's a cute little diamond bubble. I'm sure Jesse has it and has shared it with you guys. But if you make your own, cool. Like I put it up here on my whiteboard. I literally have like 4 circles underneath of me. You need 4 people on your right and 4 people on your left. You are 8 people away. Like I always think about it as helping certain people. I don't say like SC20. I say like helping 10 people, because to me it just sounds better and I have like a better track of what I'm doing. Get those 4 bubbles filled. Once you do that, you literally have 4 more people to find. So I always tell my coaches, go find 12 people who want to do this. Go find 12 friends who want to make this happen. Like get a piece of paper, number it 1 to 12, and don't stop until you have 12 people who want to join you. Because essentially, you guys, you can run 2 accounts. So you can run your mom's account and your spouse's account. Like get yourself to diamond. It seems so far out because, you know, diamond, like everybody just makes it this big deal. Like once you hit it, then you're going to be like, oh, I'm getting a 1-star by like the next couple of months, because once you hit it, it seems so much easier to actually like continue on. So not only are you filling in like those bubbles, not only are you doing 4 on your left and 4 on your right, but you're thinking about, you know, those extra 4 people for your emerald. So 12 people essentially. But what I want you to do in those circles is I want you to put a date. Instead of just opening a circle, like your first circle, when are you going to sign your first person? And it's what, June something? I can't remember. June 18th. So June 19th, you're going to fill that circle. You're going to write June 19th in there. You're going to find your first person by tomorrow night. I know you are, because when you get off this call, you're going to be like, all right, I'm just going to go message like 100 people and make this happen. So make sure you make those 4 circles on your left and 4 on your right, and put dates in there when you're going to sign that person up. Because when you do that, it creates urgency. It creates like your focus. You're like, I'm finding that one person. I had a girl, I was talking to her this weekend. I was like, how many people are you signing up this weekend? She said 5. I'm like, sweet, I'm going to push right next side of you. As soon as I had one person, I messaged her. I was like, I have a link out. What are you doing? Where are you at? Like, who are you talking to? How many more people are you going to talk to? Once I had the second link out, I was like, I have 2 links out. Where are you at? Like, do you have your second link out? Like, just holding yourself accountable. But I also told her by Sunday I was going to have my 5 people. And so I was like hustling my butt to get my 5 people, but I had a date. And so it create that urgency. Because when I go to Summit, I want to like have fun with my team. I don't want to sit there trying to hit Success Club. Okay. And so my goal was to help 30 people by the 10th, and I hit it already. It's the 18th. So I was a couple days off, but I've helped 30 people this month, so I can go to Summit and I can like relax. And then when I get back, I'm going to use that energy and I'm just going to continue on and keep going. Okay. So 12 people, you can find 12 people in one day. I promise you, because I signed up almost 25 people from list 4. I signed up 25 people in 2 days. So don't tell me you can't find 12 in one day, because I know you can. If you put a post out there, if you continually talk about things, you have a test group participant as your leader, use that, like post about it, talk about it, share that. Try to find your 12 people to help yourself get to diamond. And then once you're there, then you're like pushing, okay, can I move my spouse's account to diamond? Can I move my mom to diamond or whatever? And once you get to 2-star, and I'm sure Jess has told you this, but your life changes. Like I had so many people tell me, get yourself to 2-star. What are you doing? Why are you at 1-star? Get to 2-star. It changed my life. I'm like, yeah, okay, like 1-star, I mean, sure, it helped me my income, but it wasn't like anything like jaw dropping yet because I was my own diamond, obviously. But once I hit to 2-star, like that next week, that next paycheck, I literally was like, holy crap, because you literally have another one of you. Because I know on this call, sometimes at night, you're like, if only I could find one more person like me. I always say that. I'm like, if only I can find a coach that's just like me, that's ready to do this, all in, guess what? You get another account that is you. And you can finally put like people under a second you. And once you hit 2-star and you're like building yourself, that income and all of that stuff, I swear to God, it's going to blow your freaking mind. So how do we get there? What do we do? Like, give me some tangible things to do. So first of all, your why for Beachbody or for coaching has to mean something to you. I always come back to that with my coaches because the thing is, people are going to tell you no. And guess what? It doesn't matter. You're going to go back and you're going to talk to them again. People are going to like not like your post. Not enough people are going to comment XYZ. Whatever it is, your why has to be big enough to continually drive you. You have to understand the numbers. Okay. I know I'm a math teacher, but you have to understand the numbers of hitting diamond. If you have to help 12 people to get to diamond, that's 120 people you have to talk to. Mind blown. Okay. 12 people, you need to talk to 120 people to get 12 people because every 1 out of 10 is probably going to sign up with you. If you're cocky, maybe 60 people, but 12 out of 120. And so when you talk to 5 people a day, by the end of the week, you might have the 120, which is awesome. But the only thing is, like, you're going to build more momentum if you help or if you talk to 10 people a day instead of 5. So if you're really pushing yourself, if you're pushing this business and you want to make this happen, you can talk to your 120 people in a couple of days instead of a whole week. Okay, so instead of talking to just 5, maybe up it to 10. Okay, so where do you get those people? From your posts, from people who like and comment on your stuff, people who watch your Instagram stories. If you're watching my story, I'm in your inbox. Hey girl, what's up? How's it going? Like talking to all these people because I know they're watching me. I mean, the people who are at the top of your Instagram stories are your creepers. The ones at the bottom are the ones like, I kind of want to look at her, but I don't want her to know I'm watching her. So if I do like a transformation or something about Lift 4 and people are watching it, I'm like, hey, thanks for watching my story about Lift 4. I'm so excited for this new program. You joining us or what? Like I call people out on Instagram. Like they're watching your stuff for a reason. Like take control of that. If they're like and comment on your stuff on Facebook, Instagram, you should be in their inbox. Like that is the first place to go. Those are people who know, like, and trust you. If you don't have like your parents, your, brothers, sisters, cousins signed up, I don't know what you're doing, but go get them signed up. Like I literally, have my husband, my dad, my mom, my sister, and they all get their own like Shakeology and Recover. And like, I'm not like, put my card on everyone's account. Like they actually want this stuff because they believe in me and they know like it's part of them. So my dad does the beach bars because he works and so he takes them to work. My mom does Shakeology because she actually loves it. My sister does Daily Sunshine because I have 2 nieces, a niece and a nephew. So like talk to your family and friends. Those are the people that are seeing you change and they want to be a part of it. They're just afraid to like ask you. So make sure that you're talking to people who like and comment on your stuff, people like and trust. When I left my last school, the principal's wife was drinking Shakeology, so I was not afraid to talk to anybody. So if you believe in what you're doing enough, like asking anybody and everybody. So let's see, 12 people talking to 120 people. The numbers is a huge numbers game. I don't want to say like I'm mean to my coaches, but I have people who come to me and they say like, oh, nobody wants to sign up with me. Nobody wants to join me. I'm like, oh, how many people did you talk to today? Well, 3 people. Okay, go talk to like 30 more people. Like it's seriously just a numbers game. People don't hate you. People like just suck. Like it's a numbers game. Like they just do. Like you just have to talk to more people. I tell my coaches that all the time, talk to more people. I literally sent out like 30 invites today and I was like, I need to send out more tonight because I know I'm not even going to get 3 people out of that. Like It's just a numbers game. Once you understand it, you're going to push yourself farther than you've ever pushed yourself before. And so one thing I have my coaches do, like I told you before with the diamond bubble, to map it out and stuff, but I also tell them what I want you to do right now is think back to May. What was your success club for the month? So think about whatever the number was, whether it was like 5 or 10 or 12 or 14 or 30, or maybe you're a freaking rock star like 82, whatever it was. Okay, I want you to take that number and I want you to hit that this week. Okay, so if you hit Success Club 6 last month, congratulations. You just now have the secret sauce. So you need to talk to more people. You're going to hit SC6 this week. Okay, and then you're going to do it again next week, and then the next week. And I guarantee you're going to realize your eyes are going to open, because I'm not even kidding you. I helped 5 people, and then I stopped every single month because I was so scared I was not going to have enough people for the next month. Like, I had a girl message me one time in November on like the 28th, and I literally was like, oh, I sent your link out, waited like a day. She's like, I haven't gotten it yet. I'm like, oh, let me recheck. Another day, like waited. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I literally waited until December 1st. I waited up until 12:01, and then I sent her the link. I'm not even kidding you. I did that. I was so scared and so unsure of myself. Now, like right now, I'm at SC60, and it's June 18th. Like, your mind just changes when you realize that like helping 5 people is super awesome for the month. But what if you did that in a week? Like, what if you did it in a day? Like, challenge yourself, really understand those numbers, and really just open up and understand that like, just because so-and-so always hits SC10 every month, who cares? Hit SC20 and like challenge her a little bit. I always found people, I'm part of Melanie Mitro's downline. She's #1 coach. She's freaking awesome. I always find her top leader on her leaderboard, and I try to beat that person. Like, every single month, like I started as a baby coach. Somebody had SC28 and I about crapped myself, but I literally had SC32, and I was at the top of the leaderboard, and I took a picture of it and I sent it to my husband. I was like, this is crazy. I'm #1 on this leaderboard, in the top of this lady's, she's #1 in the company, and I just beat out her best person. Like, my head blew up a little bit, and then the next month, like, somebody beat me, and I was like, screw that, I'm going to beat her too. And that's where you find like your success partners. That's where you find people who you can run with. So people on your team, like, who are your runners on this team, like, challenge them, try to beat them. Like, on my team, I found my girls who are trying to beat me. Like, one of the girls, 1 week, somebody had more Success Club points than I did. And I was like, oh, hell no. Like, that is not happening. And so the next week she messaged me. She goes, damn it, I love those 7 days that I had you beat. Like, it's just a competitive thing. Like, you want to help as many people as you can, but the only way to do it is actually to get out there and talk to them. I always thought, like, I just want to help people. I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be icky. Like, oh my gosh, Success Club numbers are bad because if I hit SC6 and I'm just signing people up, that's your choice if you want to sign someone and throw them off to the side of the road. But for me, I help every single person that I sign up. But yeah, those numbers mean a lot to me too, because right now, if I'm at SC60, that means I helped 30 people already, more than 2 people a day. Like, it's just insane, about 2 people a day. Like, it's just to know that like what I'm doing is actually changing people's lives. So challenge yourself, and also like challenge some of your teammates. I'm not saying play the comparison game, but I am saying like do some friendly competition, get some numbers out there. Make sure that you understand like what you are doing right now is helping not only you and your income, but it's helping your upline. And whether you love your upline or you hate her, you're on this call. So I'm assuming that things are going well. But like for me, like my upline and I used to be best friends, and I worked my ass off for her. I got myself to diamond and to 1-star because I knew it helped her and our team like go towards premier and things like that. And so now like my coaches do that same thing for me. So understand what you do for your coaches are going to do for you too. So if Jesse's like, hey, our team goal is 5-star elite this year, there should be like 10 of you like, yes, I want to be your diamond. Like, I want to do this for you. I want to do this for our team, because in 6 months, you're going to have a rockstar coach underneath of you who wants to pay that back forward to you as well. So when I talk with my team, like we want to be 15-star diamond this year. We want to be an elite team. We actually want to be like pushing for top 10, which sounds super crazy. I know there's amazing coaches out there, but why the hell not? Like, why not dream big enough? Why not make something scary enough? In 2 weeks, our team will be 5-star and elite, like in 6 months. Like that's something that takes us a year to do. We just did in 6 months because my team has a bigger goal than just like this like tiny little goal. So if your coach is coming to you and asking for 5 diamonds to be 5-star elite, there should be 10 of you ready to like rock and ready to do this. Because every single one of you guys on this call, whether you're brand new or whether you've been coaching forever, you guys all have the tools, you all have the capability, and you all have the strategies and things in front of you to be a successful coach. Okay, so I say that, and I don't know any of you guys, but I know that you're on a team call on a Monday night, and so I know you have all the tools that it is to be successful because I was that coach. Like my coach had team calls Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central. I never missed one call, never missed one team call, and I'm not even kidding you. I never missed one call. You can ask her. And the reason is because I knew showing up for my team meant something. I knew that if I showed up for my business, I was serious, and my coach knew I was serious. And if my coach knew I was serious, she was going to reach out to me. She was going to help me get to where I am today. Like she's going to help me push. My goals are going to be important to her. And you just come together as a team. So always be willing to give back to your team. And then the secret sauce, like the big secret, like how did I get to where I am today? I am just a freaking consistency queen. Like every damn day I'm working my business. There might be days where I only send 5 invites. There might be days where I send out 50 invites, but I guarantee you I show up every single day. On Saturday, do I take like the rest day or whatever from my business? Absolutely. But do I still show up on social media? You bet. Like I understand unplugging. Trust me, I'm like totally loving it now that I finally am like accepting unplugging. But I post in the morning and then I put my phone away on Saturday and I'm with my husband and with my dog. Like my Instagram stories are quiet and I don't care. Like it's fine. Saturday night, I'll put up a post and then I put my phone away. Like on Sunday, I'll probably be working for like my hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. But being consistent to yourself and to your business is going to change things for you. And I promise you that it'll happen. You just have to be consistent long enough. Okay. So don't go to Jess on Thursday and be like, Megan's full of crap. Like I've been consistent for 4 days and nothing is happening. No, give me like, just like your fitness journey, 30 days is where you create that habit. Stick to yourself and be consistent for long enough and it will pay off. We were at a team retreat and Melanie zoomed in with us and she was telling us the story about her coaching journey. It took her like some crazy number to get to diamond. It was like, I don't even know, like 9 months or something crazy. She like doesn't like telling people that. But once she hit diamond, she hit like 9-star because she had like constantly been working and showing up in her business. And so if you think about your business as like a well, like a pumping well, you have to sit there and pump for so long before the water actually comes out. But then once the water comes out, it's not going to stop. It's just going to start flowing out. It's the same thing with your business. You send out messages every single day to people. You invite people every single day to the challenge group, to like that, whatever it's called, a fit tribe or whatever. But then you also need to be sending out coaching invites because that's going to help you too. So you're sending out invites day after day. And then finally, when people start saying yes, it's just going to come out of the woodwork. People are going to be like, all right, I'm here. Let's do this. Like you just have to believe in it and you have to stick with it long enough. So many coaches quit before like they have time to celebrate. January, I was ready to hang it up. I was like, Beachbody's not for me. I'm only making a couple $100 here and there, whatever, like maybe a couple thousand a month. Like I didn't think it was a big deal because I was like checking out all these top coaches making like 100 grand, whatever. I'm like, it's not for me. I'm never going to get there. And then like, I'm not even kidding you. Like March, I had 3 diamonds pop. Like it just happened. Like things just happened because I just stuck with it long enough. So just be consistent. And then if you really want like my secret, I do PD like all day, every second of every hour. Like instead of watching TV, I listen to Grant Cardone. Like today I was listening to the 10X rule on Audible. Instead of watching my favorite TV show, I listened to him instead and I sent out 50 invites. That's probably going to pay off next week instead of watching my TV show. Do I watch TV? Absolutely. Like I still watch my shows, but I understand like plugging PD instead. I'm in the car. I plug in my phone and I listen to like a podcast or something instead of my favorite radio station. Some days do I listen to my radio station? Hell yeah. But some days I'm like, podcasts are going in. When I work out, I always work out to music. Some people work out to PD if that's something that you want to do, but I need my music. And so I plug in PD elsewhere. When I'm showering, when I'm doing my hair, when I'm getting ready in the morning, when I'm eating breakfast, my husband absolutely hates it. And I love it to death because it bugs the crap out of him eating his cereal, like listening to Grant Cardone, like, you need to 10X your life, you know, like, yeah. It's wonderful. Plug in PD to your life, you guys. Make sure that when you're inviting people, I told you this before about numbers, but instead of sending 5 invites, I'm not even kidding you, I send like 25 to 30 invites a day. And where do I get those people? How do I do it? It's so simple. However you talk to somebody, that's the invite you send. You know, like just something simple. Like if someone's always commenting on your stuff, I'm like, hey, Jessica, I see you constantly loving on my posts. It's time to join. I have a group kicking off on Monday. What do you say? How do you not say no to that? Like, crap, I have been watching you. Yeah, I would love to join you. I was just waiting for you to ask, and now you asked me. Like, make it super simple. If you have people who, you know, maybe you're checking back with, hey, girl, I just thought of you today. I have a new group kicking off on Monday, and I know we talked last month, and it just wasn't a good time. Is now better? Super short. Always ask, and then always like answer, or the last sentence, always, always, always is a question. So they respond to you, but don't make it like some crazy long, like 40-page thing. You know, check in with them. If it's someone you haven't talked to in a while, you know, hey, Sarah, your kids are getting so big. Oh my gosh, last time I saw them, they were just babies. How old are they? Get the conversation going. Okay. So something super simple. I tell my team, this is my, and I can share this with Jess so you can have it. It's my power hour sheet. So I go through and I just check it off. I have how many minutes I spend on each one. I have like the activity, I have the vital behaviors, I have business growth, and I will send this to Jess so you guys can have it. But basically add, invite, connect, and follow up. 4 things you should be doing every single day. When you're done with those, then you get to recognize people. So you add 5, you connect with 5, you invite with 5, and you follow up with 5. And then when you're done, you can have fun and you get to recognize people. And that's what I say. So if you need to, start off with adding 5 people to your network on Facebook. Go find friends of friends, add all your sister's friends. Like I literally have everybody from my hometown on Facebook because I know that they know who I am. Instagram, tons of people using hashtags, searching them, finding them. So add 5 people to your network. When you connect with 5 people, don't you dare talk about your challenge group. Don't you dare talk about your fitness journey. Talk about them, compliment them, ask them what they're doing, connect with them. Like be genuine because you know what? Not everybody's a challenge pack. And if you don't look at everybody as a challenge pack, like your business is going to grow. I started like figuring out how I could serve people. Like if just talking to them, like changed their day. If letting them know that their profile picture was absolutely gorgeous, changed their day, awesome. If they never sign up with me, cool. I don't care. Like I made somebody's day better. So adding 5 people, connecting with 5 people, inviting 5 people, you should have tons of people to invite. Like if you're posting on social media, you have tons of people to invite. If you're using Instagram stories, tons of people. If you have any brothers and sisters, moms and aunts and uncles and cousins who are not on Beachbody, you have tons of people to invite. And then following up with people, you have to actually invite in order to follow up with people. So that one might take like 2 days after you start connecting with people. So add, connect, invite, and follow up. And then when you're done, you can have fun and you can recognize people. One thing I was going to tell you guys that really helps move your business forward. People love to see your transformation. They love to see your story. But what else do they love to see? Your challengers getting results. So if you can, once a month, twice a month, whatever it is, like shout out your challengers. You know, hey, here's Susie. She's been kicking ass for the last 2 weeks. She's lost 3 pounds and she is down 2 sizes. She feels absolutely incredible. She's so excited she can actually run with her daughter now. Like ask the person, you know, hey, Kim, you're doing a really good job. Can I get a little blurb from you and like some sort of transformation photo? Absolutely. If they say no, awesome. I really love your journey. You're doing a great job. Go ask somebody else. Like always like recognize your challengers because people know that you're badass. They know you're getting results. They know you look amazing. They want to know that somebody else can look amazing too. Because one thing I realized when I started my journey, I had a lot of people interested because I started like 180 pounds. I'm only 5'5". So imagine, where I was at when I started. I dropped 35, 40 pounds, whatever, dropped a crap ton of inches. And like people saw that transformation. And now, like, it sounds crazy, but it's so hard because people only see where I'm at right now. They don't see where I was before when I started. So when I bring challengers in and I'm like, here's Susie from day 1, here's Susie from day 12 or day 30, they don't know who she is. So they see the whole transformation. Right now, they look at my before and they're like, oh my gosh, can I look like your before? Like they miss the whole point of the transformation. That's why it's good to share you, but then it's also good to share other people too. So if you haven't been doing that, I used to do it all the time and then I got away from it. And so it's something that my team and I are challenging each other to do like the next couple of months to just get people in, so just using their transformations too. And then my last thing was just scheduling and making sure that you get that done. I know I talked about it at the beginning, but that's probably saved my life. I have sticky notes. I have alarms. I have like Google Calendar. I have my Erin Condren calendar saves my life. Like, get a calendar, get your life together. From my PD this morning, like there's just so much time that goes by that you don't know you're wasting until you track it. So think of your coaching journey just like your fitness journey. If you're tracking everything you've been eating and you realize you grabbed 8 cookies when you thought you only grabbed 1, yeah, I found that out when I was doing 2B Mindset. I was like, dang, I accidentally grabbed like 8. I thought I only had 1 yesterday. But when you track it, it brings it to light. Same thing with your journey for coaching. If you realize that maybe that 20 minutes of your Facebook scrolling time that you allow yourself turns into like an hour and 10 minutes, like you just wasted, time. So if you don't have like a self journal or something to like track your business and things like that, I definitely would recommend that. So that's all I got. I don't know if I just kind of rambled for like 40 minutes.
It was awesome. I absolutely loved it. Thank you so much. Does anyone have questions for Megan? Anyone?
And I will send you that my Power Hour sheet too, because it's got like 5 friends on Facebook or wherever, and then like it tells you take like 5 minutes, and then it has like birthday wishes, take 3 minutes to do it. So it kind of gives them a time frame too.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Does anyone have questions or want to say anything? Ashley, you don't have questions?
Dude, I am so mind blown right now. Like, I'm doing all of it. Like, all of it. I like how you challenge your coaches and you challenge yourself. I'm one of those people that, like, I want to be number 1 on the board every month. So I do that, but like I need to like challenge myself to like, all right, I hit 26 last month. I need to hit that this week. Mm-hmm. And then I need to hit it next week. Like it's so simple to do, but we don't do that. Like, just like what you said, I'm like, oh, if I hit 15 this month, I'm fine. I'll wait till next month.
Yeah. One thing, Ashley, I would definitely do since you're already in that mindset is kind of come up with a different goal that doesn't have to do with Success Club. So like I have an income goal. So I know like how much volume I need each week or like how much I would like to make. And so my new goal is like $3,000 every single week, which is a really big goal for me. And so last week when I was like helping people sign up with Lift 4 and stuff, I was like, holy crap, I'm actually like, I hit my goal last week. And then this week I'm kind of like, well, I hit it last week. But like really challenge yourself since you're already like pushing yourself with SC, like create SC goal and then also create like an income goal to get that volume going. So I don't know if like you're working your account and other accounts or anything like that, but push yourself and then like try to build like another account and like help yourself even more income wise. So yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome. Anyone else have questions or want to say anything? No. Megan was just that good. Y'all don't have any questions. What are some PD books or podcasts that you suggest, Megan? That was a question.
So I got this one for free, but it's actually a really good book. It's a really good free book. The other one, I'm sorry, my like office is a mess, is it says Be Humble, Stay Hungry, Always Hustle. It's by Brad Lomenick. I can type it in here, but it's a very, very good book. It's like an easy read, but at the same time, like you're learning a lot of stuff. I do listen to 10X Rule right now, just because I need something to like, you know, get in that mindset. Like Ashley was talking about, like stop being content, basically, like where you're at. The Compound Effect was something I read right away as a coach, and I would highly recommend Compound Effect because it's just like how I told you, your first 18 months of your business are super important, but it's really like 18 months in one day that you're like, oh man, everything's finally like working. Compound Effect is exactly like that with the consistency piece, like showing up. Eat That Frog is a very good book, but it's like a one-day read. So, I mean, if that's something that you have access to Audibles and stuff. Melanie Mitchell always suggests The Slight Edge. I actually have not read it, but she always suggests it to brand new coaches. So I don't know if there's any newer coaches on here. Yeah, I mean, let's see. I'm trying to think. I had one more, but I can't remember what it's called. Oh, the 12-week year. I'm sure you guys have heard of that one. It's just really good, especially if your goal is like to be successful with Beachbody, like something down the road. So 12-week year helps you to take a really big, scary goal, like 15-star diamond, you know, goal, and like break it into monthly, weekly. Cause I really struggled with that. I was like, oh, I want to be 5-star elite. And then I was like sending out 2 messages a day. Like I just struggled with like the concept of like what to do, and like how much of it. And so that book really does help too. Podcasts, if you guys ever heard of the Oprah podcast, like it is gold. Like I'm not even kidding you. I need to figure out what it is. It's like an inspirational one, but it's so good. And then Melanie Mitchell actually has her own podcast of women inspiring women. That is like national wake up call on steroids. So good. But that's more of like a business PD, so don't get like too much into that one. I'm trying to think of other podcasts. That's kind of, MWF Motivation. He keeps his pretty short. It's like 5 to 15 minutes. So when I'm doing my hair, I usually listen to him. So hopefully that helps. Was your husband always totally on board with helping? Oh, heck no. No. Okay. So her question was your husband always totally on board with helping him in your business, letting you build his account? So I asked my husband, I was like, hey, I want to coach. And he's like, cool, have fun. And I was like, can I sign you up? He was like, no. I'm like, all right, cool. So I asked my mom. She said no. Asked my sister. She said no. I was like, awesome. My family doesn't support me. Well, I didn't believe in it anyways. Like I was just like, I don't know, trying to find people to sign up because my coach told me to. It wasn't until I went through 21 full days of like 21 or 30 days or whatever of 21-day fix, and I dropped 16.5 inches, and I like felt like a new person. My husband was like, holy crap, like what happened to you? You changed so much. Like he started believing in me. And so like then he signed up as like a coach, and he was like, I'm never going to drink Shakeology. I'm never going to like do any of the weird workouts and stuff, but he's like, I'll support you. And now he is like a certified Shakeology drinker. Like he drinks Performance Line and everything. He works out with me. He even takes like selfies and stuff. But if you're wanting to work your husband's account, or you're wanting like his support, you can't make him support you. I tried to make my husband support me for like 6 months, and it just wasn't going to happen. He like believed in me. Like, that's why, I don't know. It's crazy. It's like, when I first started, he thought I was stupid because I was spending money and like all this stuff I didn't need. But when he finally like realized that I was getting really good results with it and stuff, he dove in. And then, coaching came a little bit later too. Like, he just thought it was kind of not really like a scam, but he was just unsure of how it all would work, and he was worried about like taxes and stuff. He didn't even care if I like made money. But like once he understood like the process, and like I said at the beginning, communicate with him, be like, here's the deal, I have a really big goal of hitting diamond. It would mean $1,000 more a month for our family. We can go to Disney in December, you know, whatever it is, and like share that with him, and like talk to him about, you know, the opportunity and what it would mean to build his account. And then, you know, kind of go from there. But every month he gets a paycheck in the bank, and he was like, you're welcome. You know, he's never, I work his account. It's totally fine. He's like, can I get a new driver this month since I did well last week? Like, so it's kind of like a family thing. He's not like super involved. Like he doesn't run team calls, and he doesn't like run my coaches, but he helps with like the money side of things. So he does like our booking and stuff. But it does take time. But I think if you believe in yourself, definitely like he'll be right beside you. So yeah, that was a good question.
Communicate, y'all. Communicate. And I know communicate and pushing it on him is two different things. For sure. Because mine was the same way. It wasn't until we went on a Success Club trip before he was like, okay, like this is legit. Like it took
an all-inclusive
2 years. It took him 2 years, mine 2 years, to let me sign up as a coach. Like he wouldn't even drink Shakeology. So if your spouse or significant other or whatever is struggling with it, like sit him down, show him, like visually, like Tyler had to see visually, like, okay, like I can make more money if I have him under me. Like me just telling him that too, like wasn't gonna, I had to actually prove that it was gonna happen.
And I showed him too, like, I know I talked about 2-star before, but I was like, Jess was always one that was like, get to 2-star. I'm like, why? And then I finally did. And I put my second business center, like placed under me, but it was like under my husband. And, like, yeah, he makes way more by like, I don't want to say by not doing anything because he still does, but he makes a lot more since I have that open. And so I show that to him and like explain to him, you know, like I worked really hard to get this. And like, because you opened your account, like here's what we get now instead. And so like, I think like what she said, you know, just showing them like that whole, you know, communicating piece. The taxes piece, Shelby, that's something, so this year we had to pay in a pretty big chunk because I made more this year than I did last year, which is a good thing. But luckily, like I had the money sitting there. I always put away like 30% of what I make into like an account or just make sure it's in there. So, you know, that was something that we decided. I have a basket where I put all of my receipts and stuff. And then I just have Excel spreadsheets like gas and, you know, travel or whatever. And I just keep track of all that stuff. I just do it at the end of the month. But yeah, 30% is what I put away somewhere. So I know I have it. And then this year we changed, we pay quarterly now because last year we got hit like really bad. And I mean, it was fine because like I knew that like we had a good year, but I don't think he was too excited about it. So now we pay like quarterly or something. So that's something too, if your spouse is nervous about it, like you could talk to him about like talking to somebody and seeing if you could, you know, pay ahead of time with taxes. So we do have a tax person, but we had a pretty big jump. But yeah, 30% definitely, it'll save you, I think, too, you know, putting 30%, then you don't have to stress about it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, Jess, savings.
Yeah, so what I've done, I actually created a separate bank account for my Beachbody business. So all my paychecks go directly to that account. And then I actually leave 50% into it because some of that money is going like back into my business, meaning like any trainings that I do or my shakes or my, you know, all of that stuff. But I make sure that I have 30% in there for tax purposes. And y'all, I mean, that's a whole nother call, but like tax wise, you can write off a lot of stuff too. So save all your receipts for your shakes, for your equipment, for your programs, for anything that you purchase with Team Swag or Beachbody Swag, Summit, anything that you're spending at Summit, mailing prizes, giveaways, all that stuff is tax write-offs. So like Tyler was really nervous about the tax thing too, but he just writes off anything that he purchases under his account, we write off. So, and I mean, it's been fine for him. Obviously, when you're making thousands of dollars a week, every week in their account, then like, yeah, as long as you're saving that money. And I've told Tyler, I mean, he's not making that much money yet. I'm still trying to get me to that much money first. But you know, like I tell him, like save 30% of what you're making with Beachbody, and he hasn't had to pay back taxes for Beachbody yet, just because he hasn't been making that much. So, I mean, that's up to y'all, but sit down and talk to them about that.
Yeah.
But you also, never mind, that's a whole nother call. I'll talk about that another night because I could literally go on all night. But anyway, does anyone else have other questions about anything that Megan talked about? I know for new coaches that are on here, some of y'all are probably thinking, like, you hear her saying she talks to 50 people a day or sends invites to 50 people a day, y'all. That's her goals. Like, she is obviously a rock star. And if you want this to be a full-time business or a part-time business making a full-time income, like, you've got to understand that, like, you've got to talk to more than 5 people a day, right? Like, you've got to put in more effort than what everyone else is doing. So it is up to you and your goals with how much effort you're going to put in, but like be realistic. If you are upset that you're not reaching a specific goal, or you're like discouraged that you're not helping a certain amount of people every month, you've got to be real with yourself and see if you're not talking to enough people. Because at the end of the day, that's really what it's about. You know, and if 50 people scare you, like that's intimidating sometimes, but at the same time, she's got massive goals for herself. If you have massive goals, then you've got to 10x it, which you'll hear about if you read or listen to the 10x rule. But you've got to like push yourself and step outside your comfort zone there. And if you're like, well, I can only talk to 5 people a day, that's like my comfort zone. Step outside of that comfort zone. I promise you, like when you start talking to more people, you start reaching out, it gets more comfortable. It's not as scary. You know, I don't talk to 50 people a day. I don't, but I'm not hitting as high as Success Club numbers or helping as many people. And now I'm like, okay, like Jesse, get real with yourself. I need to talk to 50 people a day. Like I need to do it because that's where I want to be. I want to be further along than I am in my business. So guess what? Jesse's going to talk to 50 people tomorrow, even though I haven't even started packing for Summit.
But
thank you so much, Megan. Seriously, you are amazing. I'm so happy you talked to our team. If anyone has questions for her after the call, or if you're listening to the recording, just message me and I'll try and send them along to her. Don't bombard Megan's inbox with like 30,000 questions. But if y'all have questions, feel free to ask me and I will pass them along. But thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us tonight.
Yep, no problem. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody, for getting on, and we will see y'all next week. Make sure you're following us all that are going to the summit. We have our coach sneak peek starting on Thursday, so I'll post about that on our team page, but I hope you have a good night. Bye, everybody.